And we are live. This is Canada Hoops Daily presents Greece versus Canada live hangout. My name is Shai Alexander coming to you live as we're watching. This is incredible. This is what we've been waiting for so many years. Shai, Giannis, Olympic basketball. Let's go. This is very simple. We're just here watching basketball. We're going to watch the game, take in your comments and questions. So if you are watching this feed live, as Shai drops in another bucket, he's got that smile. Shai is not shook. This is beautiful. But people that might be new to what we're doing here on the Canada Hoops Daily feed, super simple. We watch basketball, send in your comments and questions. We watch it together as a nation, as a crew. Giannis to the cup. Is that an and one? No, before the shot on the ground. But the whole point of this is just a second screen experience. We're going to watch, take questions, just discuss the vibes and the feel. The beauty of this is like the one time where we can openly, blatantly just all cheer for the same thing. And this is incredible because we waited for this for so long. Canada basketball's here. RJ. But the big news, of course, Jamal Murray in the lineup, but not in the starting lineup, as you have Lou Dort in the starting lineup with Dillon Brooks, RJ Barrett, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and Dwight Powell. Now, a lot of talk about this, but I really think what's really huge here, as you see Lou Dort doing Lou Dort things, drawing offensive fouls, this is defense. And people might not realize the difference in international basketball versus what we normally watch in the NBA. But one of the biggest differences is just the guard play. And the guards are always moving, constant movement on the perimeter. And so having a guy like Lou Dort in the lineup to pester some of these guards full court, wear them down over the full 40-minute game, it's huge. It's massive. Jamal Murray coming off the bench with the second unit, that kind of gives him, a little more freedom to command that second unit, and take a lot of pressure off Team Canada when Shai's not in the lineup. And Dillon Brooks, step back Jimmy. We know what Dillon Brooks is up to, what Dillon Brooks is always doing when he puts on that Canada jersey. But yes, thank you guys for tuning in. We're here watching ball. My name is Shai Alexander. All the places where you can find me on Twitter, at Shai Alexander, on Instagram at Sheldon Alexander. Of course, follow the brand that is Canada Hoops Daily at Can Hoops Daily on Twitter, Canada Hoops Daily on Instagram, and to follow these live, because we're going to do these live hangouts for the Canada games, men and women's games. The US games, some of them, we'll figure that out as it goes along, but I will communicate. That's why you got to follow on the socials. But here we go. Look at that defense from Shai. And that's what becomes so awesome, right? We know Shai's going to get busy and get buckets. But again, I've been stressing this. If you've been watching along with us, as we did a lot of the pre-tournament games, and I kept stressing the reason why Canada, when they make the podium, the reason they will make it is because of their depth in defensive play. And because of the depth, they're able to play defense. Shai can't get that one to go, but the ability that Shai has to contribute on both ends of the floor and how he can give max effort on both ends of the floor now that they have, guys like Nembhard, even add in Jamal Murray, but it's just depth. That all the pressure isn't on Shai to create every single bucket. It's just a blessing for Team Canada. But this is going to be a tough game. Greece is legit. And obviously we know Giannis, we know what he's going to do. But the other guys, the biggest thing you're going to see watching international ball, look at Dillon Brooks, Dwight Powell. So much talk about Canada being undersized, but Dwight Powell is just, it's all right. I'll send Giannis to the line, make him hit free throws. One of the keys in this game, we know what Giannis is capable of, right? When Giannis is getting posted like that, that's fine. The whole defense is looking at him, force those other guys to hit shots. This is what you don't want. You don't want Giannis going downhill. You don't want Giannis to be in a position where he is you can't have Giannis going downhill full speed. That's what you don't want if you're Team Canada. Now, obviously easier said than done, but that's also another reason why you have Lou Dort in there as well. Lou Dort and Dylan Brooks, I'm sure, will share a lot of the burden in terms of having to guard Giannis Antetokounmpo. But make Giannis go to the line and hit free throws. I have no issues with that at all. I think that's actually a great way to go about it if you are Team Canada. Make Giannis hit some free throws. Ooh, Shai. Jeez. Jeez. And one. Yo. Yo. That's a big time shot from Shai. And here's the thing, too, right? Like, that is just difficult, high level shot making from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. But to be able to get that shot off, and that's just good defense, but get the shooter's roll. We'll call that the Kawhi. But look at the pose. Look at the smile, right? Like, he's calm and cool. Like, he doesn't seem like pressure is a thing that affects him, right? Shai just seems calm and cool, no worries at all. But I mean, this team, it's interesting, right? Since the year 2000, Canada hasn't been in the Olympics, and now they're back. And the difference between that team to this team with the depth, starting from the top, with Shai being an MVP candidate this past year in the NBA, but then a roster filled with a full rotation of NBA players. Wow, they call that a foul on Lou Dort. Like, oof. Another reminder as well. People tuning in to watch this game, understand as well that the refereeing is just going to be terrible. That's just what international basketball is. There's no rhyme or reason to it. Trying to figure it out doesn't make sense. It's not going to help you. Just know and understand that international reffing sucks. You just got to deal with it. And that's why you got to be so focused on just what you do as a team, the things that you're doing going forward in terms of making sure your team's ready, making sure you're putting up your buckets, because you can't rely on the refs for anything. If you can blow out a team, blow out the team. Nikhil coming in. Dylan Brooks. That's Canada Dylan right there. Dylan Brooks just knocking down jumpers because he's wearing a Canada jersey, so he gets busy. But notice Lou Dort comes out, Nikhil Alexander Walker comes in. And again, big focus on Canada in terms of we're going to play our perimeter guys are going to pressure defense. Look at them swarming Giannis. Look at that. Perfect defense there. Force those other guys to hit shots. Great pass. Still good possession there from Canada. Getting the rebound, getting it on the break, finding the trailer in Dwight Powell. Can't get it to go, but still a great possession here from Team Canada. And on the defensive end, right? Like, going back to that defensive possession, you swarm Giannis, force those other guys to hit shots, but it's not like you're conceding that they're getting an open shot. You can see Canada still working hard to contest. And I think that's you could tell that's just a game plan. That's just the weeks of work that Jordi Fernandez has put in with these guys. Shouts to Jordi Fernandez, man. Big shouts to Jordi Fernandez. Trey Lyles comes in. Okay. Interesting. Seeing the rotation here for Canada. So Lyle's coming in. Okay. And the beauty of Canada is they have the ability to go bigger, go smaller. They have the different options of who they can play. And this isn't one of those teams where, you're going to get abused playing small. Look at that defense from Dylan Brooks. I know I'm just a dude on a stream, but again, it'll be Canada's defense and that dude knocking down shots. We here. Let's go. Shai knocking down shots, big time shots. Canada's off and running 19-7. Shai getting busy early. Yo, let's go. How long have we been waiting for this? And I try to tell people too, right? Like, I don't think they really understand how good this Canadian team is. Because first off, look at that shot. Hang that shot up at the AGO, the ROM. That is art. Let's go. Okay. The thing with Shai is that he's so good at being a 3-level scorer that you can't really stop him. You hope he misses. But the difference with Canada is they have so much depth around them. And the difference that you might find, even when you watch the US games, Canada has role players, right? So look at Lou Dort's defense here. Lou Dort knows what his job is. Dylan Brooks knows what his job is. And these guys will run plays. They'll set screens. They'll fight over screens. They'll do all these little things that it's going to be tougher for a team like USA. Like their biggest difficulty is, Steph, LeBron. Like, are those dudes used to playing defense at a high level for a whole game? Can they do that at this stage of their career? Look at Shai picking up their point guard full court. And Jordy has gotten the buy-in. Look at that. As soon as Giannis touches the ball, look at that. The whole entire defense shifted staring at him. If you want to try to go at 5 guys, cool. You're going to have to put up 50 to do that, Giannis. Right? Make his life difficult. You're not going to stop him. You just got to make his life difficult. And poor this guy. Look at Giannis coming over to help. And that's it. Shot making. Big time 3 from RJ. Right? And once these point guards that are going to be on an island with Shai, they have no chance. So the double team comes and the other Canadian guys have to hit shots. This defense from Canada is so good. Great contest there. Gang rebounding from Toronto. Wow. From Team Canada, off and running. This is the beauty of this as well, is people who haven't been following Canada the last few summers. This has been building for years, right? These guys have played together. There's a system. They know RJ can get the ball. We're out. We're running. He's not looking for a point guard. Speaking of, Jamal Murray. Can everyone relax now? Can all of Canada relax? Jamal Murray is on the court during the Olympics. Let's go. No call? Okay. Look at this. Jamal Murray subbing into the game, 22-9. Everyone panicking, everyone worried. Would he? Won't he? He's been with the team for, never mind. I'm not even going to do this right. I'm going to listen to my own words. And instead of focusing on the negative talk that's been going on, focus on the positives. Look how amazing this is to see Jamal Murray in a Team Canada jersey in the Olympics. Let's go. What is happening? Are we challenging this? Oh, they're going to. Reviews should be banned in basketball. or just expedite the process, have an extra official that's watching. So the official's on the court, just look over to that guy who's watching the monitor and he can make the call quickly. But this process doesn't need to take this long. It just doesn't. So we got Nikhil with Jamal Murray, Shai, Trey Lyles, and RJ. Yeah, Greece is it's all going to be shooters, right? Like if those guys can hit shots, that's the chance that they have, right? Okay, RJ. RJ with that aggression. That's when you know RJ's playing at his best. When he's driving to the cup with that aggression. And you know Giannis is around, right? So with Giannis around, everything's got to be dunks at the rim. Right? And that's going to be it for Greece. If they can hit those wide open shots, that's how they're going to stay in this game. Jeez. Jeez. Defensive laps there from Canada, and Greece making a little push here. But just notice a difference in how Canada's playing defense early with Dort and Dylan Brooks on the court, and how the defense has kind of slipped in the last couple possessions. Look at RJ though, man. I love RJ's aggression. Everything downhill. He's looking up at these bigs on Greece and understanding they can't stay with them. Right downhill. That's a beautiful replay too. Here comes Kelly. Okay. See, and I don't know if that's a matchup Canada wants right there. Kelly on Giannis. I don't think that's a matchup Canada's looking for there. If that's the case, you're probably going to send a double at him, right? And exactly what Megan McPeak is saying is right there. If Giannis, you want to force him the other way, not towards the baseline. You want to force him into help. Once he gets baseline and he's able to turn that corner, you're not going to stop him. But putting Giannis on the line, as I was saying, like Canada's got enough guys, and what they've done with Dwight Powell, with Lyles, and with Kelly, you got enough guys that you can throw a lot of fouls at Giannis here. Make him go to the line and hit free throws. Raptors fans definitely remember that from 2019, right? There you go, right? No harm, no foul. The depth of Canada, they just keep going to their bench and more good players coming off their bench. This is so beautiful to watch. They playing a zone? No. Grab the ball. Canada's had some struggles the last few possessions, just getting a good shot here. Look at that. Look at that whole defense. Look at that wall built against Giannis. 3 guys at the top of the key. I wish you could see that replay there. 3 guys lined up by the foul line to stop Giannis. Great pass. I wish we could see a replay of that. That was amazing. I don't know if I've ever seen that before. Giannis had the ball at the top of the key, and you had 3 Canadians lined up to stop him at the foul line. And that's probably what the coach's talking about to him about right now, right? At that point, if you're Giannis, you got to make a pass there. You got to pass the ball quickly, force Canada to move their feet on the defensive end. Kelly needs to hit those free throws, though. We let them miss their free throws. We hit our free throws. Oh, geez. Look at Jamal Murray. I'm not mad at that, though. I'm not mad at one of those fouls, right? Because you're just showing the other team. I like those dunks Jordy's wearing, by the way. Those are fresh. So it's like Canada edition dunks. Be dope if they had a little Canada logo on the bottom somewhere. But I feel like, going back to what I was saying on the defensive end, though, I like the fact that you have all these guys pick up defense because now you're going to make all the Greek guards think about you now, right? They got to think bringing the ball up the floor. Nothing's coming easy. And Greece can try to do the same thing, but like Nemhard's fine with that. Shai's fine with that. If anything, you're just putting yourself out of position. It's all right. I'm okay with that shot. Got to let Jamal Murray find his legs, find his way through. Canada's still up 5 here as time winds down. Good defense there from Canada, helping, recovering. Greece here against Canada's bench has been able to get back in this game. As you can see, the level of intensity from Canada's defensive lineup just hasn't been the same since they went to their bench. And I mean, listen, that's obvious. That's expected. You're talking about a lineup that had Lou Dort and Dylan Brooks flying around, right? So there's going to be some drop off defensively. And that's understandable. But you can tell the game plan from Canada, and so much of their ability in this game to win will come from that. Will they be able to help and recover? Help and recover. Because Greece is going to keep shooting those threes. And if you're Canada, you got to be focused on getting back and at least contesting those threes, getting a hand up. Because if they're wide open looks, those dudes are built to knock them down. Look at this. Giannis checking back in for the final 4 seconds. Jamal Murray getting buckets in the Olympics. I like it. Look at that defense. They know Giannis subs back in. They know the ball's going to Giannis. Good old deny defense. High school coach would be happy to see that. .4 on the clock. Whoa, what happened there? I don't even know what happened there. Very lucky that shot did not go in. But end of the day, Team Canada able to escape as Greece, give Greece credit. They were able to come on strong there and really just get back into this game as Canada got off to a great start. And, that's really what it's going to be if you think about it in terms of your depth. Canada is going to win or lose based off their depth and how well that second unit gels and plays together, right? That's really what it's going to be. And the focus, I'm sure this is what Jordy's going to be talking to them about at halftime, is the level of intensity on defense dropped off from the start of the game. The second unit wasn't able to maintain that. And I know that a lot of focus when you talk about the bench, when you talk about benches in basketball, it's like, oh, we can't get looks on offense and the offense is struggling and cool. But the thing that you can't have is the defensive slippage. If you're not as good skillfully as the starters in any level of basketball, right? The one thing you can control is your defensive intensity, how well you're moving your feet, how well you're helping, right? Look at this. The women's squad in attendance, obviously, cheering on the men. Again, this would be a big summer for Canada, right? We could be talking about medaling both men's and women's basketball. What a time. What a summer. Also, I'll say very lucky for the Toronto Blue Jays that there's the Olympics, a lot of other things to talk about other than the Blue Jays. Although I see they're winning right now, but just a little, side note. Oh, let's see here. What do we got? Second quarter underway here, 26-22. Canada with the lead. Lou Dort checking back in. And I like this, giving Jamal Murray an extended run here. And the part that we don't know, we know Canada had closed doors scrimmages. And as much as, whoever, reporters, people online, dudes like me sitting on their computers, try to know how in shape Jamal Murray is, the reality is we don't know. We have no idea. We don't know how well or how poorly he would have played in some of those games. And so for me, the positive side is just seeing him out there right now getting a legitimate extended run. Because if you're Canada and you really want to make the podium, having Jamal Murray be an integral part of your team is huge. It's massive. So to start the second quarter, we got Lou Dort with Jamal Murray, Andrew Nembhard, Kelly Olynyk, and Dwight Powell. No Giannis for Greece. So that's the other part. And one. Kelly with the vet move. But if you're Canada, your focus has to be we win the non-Giannis minutes. That's got to be your goal if you're Canada. You dominate the non-Giannis minutes. Good start so far here. Right? And that's the thing. They're going to knock down those shots. They're going to hit those threes. Got to be disciplined on the contest there. Don't call that foul. That's a flop. That's a flop. Floppy, floppy, floppy. But I mean, come on. We know. Again, it's just a screen. It's just a screen. Look at Lou Dort's defense there. You're going to grind down that guard for the whole game. Look at the defense. Look at the defense. Look at the defense. Everyone's talking. Mismatch. Everyone's helping. What's it called there? Okay. All right. All right. I'll say this too, as the fouls do build up, a reminder as well. The other beautiful part of having this depth is in Olympic basketball, like Greece is done if Giannis picks up like two quick fouls, right? Canada, unless you're talking about Shai, you don't really have that same issue. And even if it was Shai, you still have a chance, right? That's what you want to see from Jamal Murray. In the rhythm, in the flow, get buckets. These guys can't stop you. It's just about rhythm. And seeing Jamal Murray knock down that shot is massive. Travel. Good defense there from Canada. And I agree with Dan Schulman, who obviously is amazing at what he does. Totally agree with what he's saying there. Like this year, we've seen Shai on the bench for a very long time. And as I said, the beauty of letting Jamal Murray have an extended run is Shai's resting now, right? So when Shai comes back in, he's fresh. Jamal Murray getting a long extended push here. And if you're Team Canada, you have the option. Everyone's talking about their star backcourt of having Jamal Murray and Shai both in the backcourt, and that's cool. But what if the other option is you just have one of them on the floor at all times? That's a pretty good lineup to have. That was a foul, ref. Good look. Ah, that's all right. That was a good possession there. Got an open look to Lou Dort. You live with that if you're Canada. You live with Giannis taking that shot. If he hits it, Merry Christmas. He airballed it. Right? Good swing. Good swing. Good Good job there by Canada. Ball movement, ball movement, ball movement. The ball is not sticking too much in one person's hand. You make the defense work. Dylan Brooks checking back in. Who's coming out? Jamal Murray and Dwight Powell. Shai still on the bench, and that's okay. Like you can tell, the plan is obviously you're bringing a fresh Shai Gilgeous-Alexander in to close out the first half. Oh, he thought Olenek was rolling there. Little miscommunication, but that's all right. Dylan Brooks back in for the matchup against Giannis. Okay. You let him shoot that. Great look from Dylan. Ah, foul. Come on. Okay. Let's see a replay here. Did he flop? Yes. Did he get fouled? Yes. Again, Canada's still up by 5. And I think the big thing here is they've maintained the lead. They've done this without Shai. This is a great sign. And the other part, too, is this tournament is a grind, right? You have a lot of games in a short amount of time. Ooh, a little too fancy there. A little too fancy. So Shai's checking back in with 6 minutes to go. And the big part there, right, about being able to give Shai a bit of a rest is if you remember in the World Cup, Canada played really well. And then they had that game against Serbia, was it? Was it Serbia or no, it was Serbia. And you could tell Canada just didn't have the legs, right? And what you want to avoid, oh, tough take there from RJ. But what you want to avoid is running into the same situation here where you drop a game just because, the pressure, the legs, the minutes, they're going to catch up to you after, your second game. So if you see Shai getting an extended rest here, this long-term thinking from Jordi Fernandez, and I like it. I really do like it. And again, he comes back in fresh to close out the half here. also on that play, and I was watching the game earlier, and Megan McPeak made this point how I was watching the game earlier. Who was it? Brazil and France. And Megan McPeak made the point about how you'll see a lot in international basketball, the late calls. And we get mad about that watching it in the NBA a lot. But in international ball, you'll see a lot of times the refs will wait to see if the ball went in or not before making the foul call. Look at that. Let's go. The starters back in for Canada. And notice the defensive pressure from Lou Dort and Dylan Brooks, but also the gang rebound mentality there. Dylan Brooks going up in a crowd of red jerseys, coming down with two hands to get that rebound. Give and go at Shai, knocks down a three. Look at the defense flying around there. That's all right. Kelly will take that foul. But look at this. Dylan Brooks goes up, grabs a rebound. We're off. Gives it to Shai, runs to the line. Shai knows. And we've seen, if you've watched Canada basketball enough the last couple summers, you've seen Dylan Brooks hit that fast break three multiple times. So has Shai clearly as they knock it down. If I'm the Houston Rockets, I honestly get Dylan Brooks to rock a Canada jersey under his Houston Rockets jersey. What was it? Michael Jordan used to wear his high school shorts or college shorts under his Bulls shorts. Was that it? Yeah. If I'm the Houston Rockets, I would make Dylan Brooks wear, if I spell wear right, shouts to tweeting and watching and talking all at the same time. As we always say, right? Unpolished and unapologetic. Yeah. Look at that. Defense, defense, defense. And the beauty of Team Canada, right? What is happening to me here? Giannis Euro to the cup. And that's it. If Giannis scores 30 plus 35, whatever, cool. You tip your cap, you say, all right. But you're going to make him work for all of that. Turnover, we out. Goaltend. It's a goaltend. Shea knew at least he had to take that up strong. Let's see this. So I think if you're Canada, you're arguing Shea goes up, the ball's on the rim, and it gets knocked off. But in FIBA, you're actually allowed to do that, right? Like if you if that's the NBA, maybe they could call that a goaltending because the ball's on the rim and Greece knocks it off. But in FIBA rules, international rules, you're actually allowed to do that. Look at this defense. You think number 16 wants to be guarded like that up the floor? Of course not. See, and that's the key there. Can RJ help on Giannis and still retreat to contest that three-point shot? Great execution there from Greece. Turnover there. Okay. Back to 5 here as Canada looks a little unsettled. It's a good look. That's a good look. If you're Canada, you're okay with that. Tough look from Giannis there. Canada's out and running. Relax. Shai's putting this guy in the cooker. You can see that coming a mile away. You can't hit it. Good defense there from Canada. Shai's mad at himself that he couldn't get that one to go because you could see him teeing that one up where he was putting that guy in the cooker. Credit to Greece, man. And this is what I was saying. International basketball. I know a lot of NBA fans might not be familiar, but it's a beautiful, beautiful game. Like the style of play. And I know you're going to sound like the old man, who disses the NBA now, and all you see is 3-point shooting and this, that, and the third. But even the fact, if you went back to like early 2000s or 90s NBA basketball, that's all just ISO ball too, right? But the beauty, I think, of international basketball is the ball movement, right? The skill set that a lot of these guys have. And you see some elements transitioning into the NBA where you see the bigs at the high post being able to make passes. Look at that from Giannis. Jeez. But it's just such a dope thing to see, just the style of play and how, like, whether it's guards or big guys, just knock down shooters. Of course, the 3-point line's a little closer in international ball, but still. I just think that if you're new to this brand of basketball, it's so easy to watch and enjoy. Again, big shouts to all the people that are in the chat right now. Appreciate it. Keep sending in your comments and questions. And bless the video with the like if you're watching this, wherever you happen to be watching it. Bless us with the like, subscribe. That's how you know when we'll be up live during the Olympics, because I'm sure there might be some random games that I'll just be sitting at home watching and being like, you know what? Let's watch together. Either way, though, 39-34, Canada up with 3 minutes left to go in the first half. Look at Lou Dort. Oh, man. The reason I get so hyped, too, is because I want every sports fan in this country to appreciate this team and gas up this team the way that they should be, right? Like, Lou Dort, if you're not a regular basketball fan, but you watch him for a couple games, you'll just fall in love with his intensity. You'll love his style of play. I'm saying this as an inside joke for someone who could be watching this right now, but the kind of player, good old Canadian boy Don Cherry would like, mucking it up. Tough shot. Canada defense scrambling. Good strip there from Shai. Nikhil trying to get out. Nope. That was Nikhil with the strip. My bad. Or was that Shai? Who stripped Giannis there? Yeah, I don't know about that call, really. But at least you see both teams being mad at the calls. Who made that strip on the other end? Was that Shai and he turned back around? Yeah, I don't know if that's a foul. Free throws. Great job there from Dylan Brooks. Got to make your free throws count. Free throws are huge. Look at Lou Dort, man. The reason I keep bringing this up is because this is why Canada will win. Look at this guy. Number 8 on Greece has not seen this kind of defense. He's going to see Lou Dort in his dreams. Yanni. What just happened? Oh, Greece arguing. Oh, they're calling it. Oh, okay. I see. The coach is mad because on the Dylan Brooks drive, Dylan Brooks gets called for the foul. On the Giannis drive, there's a no call. But again, what did we talk about earlier? A lot of times, what you'll see is Dylan Brooks missed the shot, so they called foul. Giannis hits this shot, so they don't call foul. Again, I'm not saying it's right or wrong because, yeah, that could be a foul easily. Cool. I could see that. I could see that totally. But as explained earlier, right? That's just the way in international competition they call it a lot, where they wait to see if the ball goes in or not, and that dictates whether it's a foul or not. Good look from RJ. Canada needs Lou Dort to hit that shot. Tough shot from Dylan Brooks. But gets a foul call going back to the free throw line. Wow. New York Yankees traded for Jazz Chisholm. Okay. Sorry. Just came across the timeline. I saw it. Got to bring it up. Big news. Solid job. Missed free throws. Now, the interesting thing here to me watching this is you got to hit your free throws if you're Canada. But on top of that, I think just the way that they've maintained the lead in this game, it's been a solid first half performance against Giannis and a pretty good Greek team, right? We've seen these other guys knock down threes, create plays. And look at this defense from Canada. Great look from Giannis. And my guy misses a dunk. He's looking at the ref, but that just looked like a blown dunk. Goaltend. Good job there from Canada. Just going from defense to offense. RJ going downhill. These Greek guards are going to have Lou Dort nightmares. That's okay. That's okay. Again, Canada's got the depth there. I like seeing Lou Dort. Like, that's going to wear down. That's a flop. That's a flop. It's a flop by the Greek guard to land Dort, his third. But I get it. Lou is going to be that dude's nightmares tonight. Giannis, wow. Swing, swing, open look. Solid job there from RJ. He could have taken the three, but he didn't really have his balance. Ended up finding his balance on the mid-range two, knocked it down. Solid possession there. Oof. That's a foul. Good rebound there from Shai. Great job there from Shai. And again, from Team Canada perspective, you can tell so much talk. I was even listening to Bill Simmons the other day when they were talking about the Olympics, and they're talking about who else can win other than Team USA. And they kind of just wrote off Canada because they're too small. And, you know, again, you listen to that stuff with a grain of salt because you know how much these guys are actually watching Canada basketball versus, people that have been following them from last summer to this summer and the pre-tournament games and all that fun stuff. But a rebound like that is what I think disproves that theory, that Canada's too small. I think you can tell Jordy Fernandez has these guys prepared, understanding their roles, understanding just what is needed from all these guys to win. And of course, we've talked about the defensive intensity that everyone has to bring, but also the gang rebounding mentality. And how big is that, right? Shai being able to check in, that's not a foul. Oh, out of bounds. Okay, good. But just a defensive mentality, right? You get an extra 2 points there because Shai went up and grabbed a rebound with like seconds left in the first half, extending the lead to 10. That's huge. That's massive. First half is over. Solid start for Team Canada. We've waited 24 years for this, and Canada was ready. They showed up. A great start. 48-38. Canada leads at the half. A solid start from Team Canada. And I think, the biggest part of all this, the biggest thing that if you are, a diehard Canada basketball fan, you've been waiting for this for how long now? To me, what I think is so important, what's so incredible to see is the fact that your Canadian team has the depth to compete. They have the star power to compete. They have the defensive intensity to compete and a great coach who's clearly had them come out with a good game plan here. Because you look at the box score and it's Giannis has 16 points on 6 of 9 shooting. And yeah, 16 first half points. Cool, no problem. But he's had to work for that, right? And 16 points from Giannis, cool. I can't even see what my guy is at. Papa Nicholas. It's crazy because it just shows the beginning part of his name and then ... and I can't click on to see his full name. But he has 11 points. And after that, not much else from Greece. So if you're Team Canada, you've done a really good job and you've eliminated the guard play from Greece as both their starters have yet to score. And the reason for that is just the pressure, right? Like these are the things that it's like the game within the game, so to speak, right? Because you look at it, Canada has eliminated Greece's guards. 4 shots between their starting backcourt. 0 for 4 is walk up, and Kalathis is 0 for 0, hasn't even taken a shot, and he has 3 fouls. He has 3 assists, but the main point I'm making here is just, things that don't really get talked about. It's flashy, who can get points, who can score, who can do that. But look at what Lou Dort has done in this game. You put him in the starting lineup. Yeah, he has 2 points, 0 of 2 from the floor, 3 fouls, but his defense that he is playing, you're eliminating part of the arsenal that Greece has. And if you're Canada, that's how you're going to beat some of these teams. They're not as deep as you, right? And the way that you're going to win is going to be because of that. It's going to be because of the defense that you play, the possessions that you're able to get from these defensive plays. Let's see here. 48-38. Let me just change this on the key here. Canada 48. Greece 38 at the half. Let's see here. And I think, too, if you're Canada, the other big part that you will be hyped up about is you look at the balanced attack from Team Canada. And, of course, we know what Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is going to do. He was off to a great start, getting crazy buckets like the one we're seeing right there. But, 12 points for Shai. You got 13 points for RJ Barrett leading the way for Team Canada. And then Canada, Dylan Brooks with 11. Yeah, this game here, like Canada's group is going to be tough. We're seeing the highlights from earlier this morning, Australia and Spain. Josh Giddey, obviously, who just played with Shai and Lou Dort for the past couple years, but now he's off to the Chicago Bulls. But Australia is a great team. And much like we talk about whether it's RJ or Dylan Brooks playing great for Canada, Patty Mills, when he puts on that Australia uniform, he's like Steph Curry. He just gets busy, right? And like the damage that these guys are able to do to like a Spain, where as you just saw, Spain was in that game, and then Patty Mills and Giddey are able to get busy. When you're Team Canada and you're able to throw out Lou Dort, you're able to throw out Dylan Brooks to slow down those guys. That's the difference between this Canada team and really anything else we've seen before. It's the depth of NBA players, but it's the roles that they play. And while obviously everybody would take the USA roster, one of the issues Team USA is going to run into is how do they decide what their crunch time lineup's going to be? Because you can say, hey, it's going to be LeBron, it's going to be Steph, it's going to be KD, but that's why Drew Holiday's on that team. He needs to be there because you need someone to play defense. These guards are going to go crazy, and you need guys to play defense. So is that going to be Devin Booker? Is that going to be Ant-Man? That's going to be the interesting part of Team USA. And can they figure that part out? We saw them struggle in pre-tournament qualifiers where, again, they played South Sudan, and South Sudan was 43.5-point underdogs, and they only lost by 1 point, right? We saw Germany go toe-to-toe with the U.S. I say all that not to say that Team USA should be worried and they're going to lose. I'm just saying it's not the foregone conclusion that you assume it is heading into the Olympics. But yeah, thanks to the people that are in the chat right now. If you are there right now, first off, thank you. Appreciate you. Only thing I ask is that you bless the video with the like, bless us with the like button, and send in comments and questions. What do you think of Canada's first half? Let me know what you think. Ruben, what's up, Ruben? See you in the chat. Ruben, a longtime follower of the Canada Hoops Daily and Sheldon Alexander Brand. Appreciate you, Ruben. Ruben says, I think RJ is a better FIBA player than in the NBA. You know what's interesting? RJ, and you can kind of say the same thing about Dylan Brooks, is in the NBA, because there's so many like athletically talented and gifted guys. RJ and Dylan Brooks, those guys can kind of be threes in the NBA where you're more of a perimeter game, right? But in FIBA, you can sneaky play the 4 position, and a lot of teams don't have guys with enough size and strength to match up with them. So their game being so strong and being able to get to the basket and get downhill, but also knock down threes, that's a huge benefit. And that might be why you're seeing them look that good in FIBA competition as opposed to the NBA. And the NBA is just a different game as well, right? Like, I will give credit to Darko for this. Part of RJ's, great play with the Raptors since he came over was the Raptors offense that they run. And if you notice, a lot of the NBA is stand around and watch and just stand and stare at whoever has the ball. But what Darko has done well, and what you see a lot in FIBA, is you have guys cutting to the basket. You have guys put in a position where they're coming off the screen. RJ's coming off the screen with his left hand dribble and his ability to turn the corner and get downhill. You see that a lot more in FIBA basketball than you do in the NBA, where guys are mostly, you're going to stand in the corner. The guy with the ball is going to ISO, try to break his defender down, and then hope that they could pass it to you in the corner for an open look. Do you know what I mean? Does that make sense? It's just a different style of play altogether. And I think FIBA basketball just suits guys like RJ and Dylan Brooks, who aren't the type of guys where it's like ISO ball, give them the ball and they can get a bucket. FIBA ball, where everyone's involved, that's what's a lot better and fits their skill set a lot more. Just my opinion, though. Just what I think. But again, in the first half, 48-38, and Canada being able to be at a 10-point lead and sustain what Giannis has done in terms of his game high 16 points at the half. And the other bright spot for Team Canada, Jamal Murray getting extended run. And I'm interested to see how this plays out going forward, whether Jordi Fernandez will continue to separate playing Jamal Murray and Shai and split their minutes to see how that goes. That'll be interesting to me to see that. But I do also think for Canada, the biggest difference from when this game was like a 5-point game to what you see now at half, it being a 10-point game, is the difference in the level of defense played from the starters to the bench. Greece made their push. Canada got out to a great lead in this game. And what ended up happening, though, the double-digit lead was cut to single digits when Canada went to their bench, and their bench wasn't really able to maintain the level of play, the level of defense that they had in the first half. Or sorry, in the first go of the starters, I should say. But again, big shouts to the people watching this feed, Canada Hoops Daily feed. For people who are used to the Canada Hoops Daily brand, just want to say thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. Bless us with a like, bless us with a share. Shout out to my guy Nish on the Instagram feed. Hope you're all good, my dude. Cheering on Canada all over the world, my dude. Blessings, blessings, blessings. Again, 48-38, Canada up at the half against Greece. And I'm excited for this second half. I'm excited for this tournament. And the games are difficult, right? It's going to be a tough go for Canada. Their next game is against Australia. And that's an early one, 7:30 in the morning. But don't worry, we'll be up. We'll be ready. We'll be ready to go watching that one for sure. So make sure you're up with us and, just subscribe to the channel. Turn on your notifications. That's how you'll know when you can join us and watch the game with us. Canada doing their thing up early against Giannis and company. And I didn't even see the rest of Greece's roster, because is Giannis's other brother on the team? No, actually, I don't see him on the team. Okay. Interesting. I'm surprised at that. Giannis's other brother, I wonder if he's hurt, or I wonder if he just didn't make the team. Interesting. Very interesting. Because I did notice it says G Antetokounmpo on Giannis's jersey, right? But yeah, again, great start for Team Canada here, and a great job by their starters. And that's the beauty. That's why when they built this program out, when they kind of, reshuffled the deck and talked about what they were going to do going forward. And listen, a lot of this was under Nick Nurse, right? They got the commitment from a lot of these guys to commit and say, yeah, we're going to be a part of this for multiple summers in a row. And the chemistry that you see from Shai, RJ, Dylan Brooks, Lou Dort, Kelly, Dwight Powell, those guys have now been playing with each other for multiple summers in a row. And I saw someone post the other day the video of a 17-year-old Shai Gilgeous-Alexander on the bench for Team Canada. And there's a write-up in the Ringer, I think it was, in which they spoke with Jay Triano talking about how, they put Shai on the team as a 17-year-old to kind of get him some experience, seeing what the national team was like. And Shai Gilgeous-Alexander obviously went to Kentucky, so people knew that he was going to be good, but the level to being like an NBA MVP caliber player, I'm not sure how many people saw that. But in that article, they told the story about how Jay Triano, they're getting ready for a practice and they're waiting downstairs and Shai's not there. And they figure, okay, I guess like we got to go. And they get to the gym and there's Shai working out with Steve Nash. So Steve Nash had gotten the young buck up early to get in a workout, and the rest, as you see, is history. That's the beauty of it, right? Like that's the dope part of all this. Steve Nash being able to identify just the talent that Shai Gilgeous-Alexander was and is and can continue to be, right? And that to me is a beautiful thing. And even hearing, shout out to Corey Joseph, seeing the interview with Shai talking about why he plays for Canada and his OG Corey Joseph playing for Canada. And it's weird for me, it's a reminder of how old I am, but having someone call Corey Joseph their OG, right? But that's what it is. You have the generation come through, and now this is the new normal. This is the new normal. Playing for your country, Canada as a nation tuning in to cheer on their basketball teams that hopefully can both medal. We're here for the start of the second half, as mentioned. Giannis leading the way for Greece with 16 points, a game high. RJ Barrett with 13 to lead Team Canada. Shai with 12 points right behind him. And I give Jordi Fernandez a lot of credit here because there's a lot of different lineups. There's a lot of different things at play here. Jamal Murray could be like, hey, why am I not starting? And the level of buy-in, right? Like, it's why I keep emphasizing how annoying I was getting with like all the talk about, is Jamal Murray going to play? Is he not going to play? And turning it into this like negative story instead of focusing in on, hey, Canada's at a position where you would love to have Jamal Murray, but he's there. And so instead of focusing on him not playing in pre-tournament games, as Lou Dort hits a three, who's starting for Jamal Murray, by the way, focus on the positives, right? And I think Jordi Fernandez getting all these guys to buy in and understanding what Lou Dort can do for these guys in the starting lineup. Look at that. Great contest there, right? But that's what's so important here. The difference in having your starting lineup, Canada Dillon can't hit that one, but having Lou Dort in that starting lineup, that contest, you had Lou Dort and Dylan Brooks both running out on that three-point shot. The defense that Canada has put on these Greek guards. Walkup is struggling. He can't get anything to go. Strong take from RJ. Looking for the and one, but again, it's very rare that you're going to get an and one call from these refs. Canada able to extend this lead to 15. I didn't even notice that until Dan Schulman said that. And I looked up at the scoreboard like, wait, how did it get up to 15? And that's another theme. That's on me because I should have mentioned that. Another theme that we've seen from Canada throughout this recent run of Canada basketball is they go in at halftime and they start the third quarter like a buzzsaw every single time. I don't know what the halftime speech is like from Jordi Fernandez. I don't know if it's just as simple as adjustments that they make at halftime. You get to see what the other team's actually going to do because there's no drones to help you out to know. So you play the first half. Just going to let that one go for a second. But my point remains, you see what the other team's doing for the first half, and then you make adjustments. I don't know if that's what it is for Jordi, but He's just done such a really, really good job with the halftime adjustments, and they've done a good job in the third quarter in a lot of these games where they've been able to extend leads or make comebacks. Here's a comment here says, why isn't Corey a third string point guard? Yeah, it got tough for Canada, right? Because I think Corey didn't get invited to the Team Canada camp. There's a lot of different sides to the story that were trying to be put out. What's the truth normally lies in the middle, I guess. But Corey might have been able to get one of those final roster spots, but for whatever reason, Canada decided against that. And yeah, that's a tough blow, right? Because we know what Corey means to this program. As Dillon Brooks knocks down another three, Canada up to a 16-point lead now as Dillon Brooks knocks down that three. What a time to be alive. Canada up 16 in the Olympics over Giannis and Greece. Let's go. A foul on you, Lou Dort. That's going to be his fourth foul. And Walkup is struggling. You can see he's trying to get things going as he's now 0 for 6 in this game. But Walkup, like, nothing is going in for this guy. And it's because of the defense that Canada's putting on these guards. And listen, Lou Dort has 4 fouls. I get it. You probably won't see him until late in the game at this point. But I hope that it's emphasized how big his performance has been. And you're not going to see it on the score sheet in the normal ways that you do, right? Because you're going to think, oh, you look at his stat line and he had 5 points. Okay, cool. But what you need to do is look at their guards and the lack of numbers being put up by their guards. That's where you'll see the full benefit of what Lou Dort provides to Team Canada. And you see Greece trying to add pressure to Shai there, make his life a little difficult. And instead, Shai just takes that double team, moves the ball along. Tough pass there. RJ can't knock it down, but a great look from Nikhil. Bully ball from Giannis. We haven't seen a lot of that from Giannis so far, but you know that he's going to come with the second half push for sure. RJ trying to answer. Can't get it to go. Giannis with the bully ball. And I mean, you know Giannis Antetokounmpo is not going to go down easy. But here's the part too, right? If you're Canada, you go into the game and you say, hey, if Giannis is going to go for 40 and 20 and we lose, all right, cool. Tip your cap, move on. But you're going to make him work for that, and you're going to try to limit all the other guys. Because even if Giannis did put up 40, you're going to need another 40 at least. Where's that other 40 coming from? And as we're seeing the rest of the Greek team struggle here, Canada continues to just eliminate their other guards. Look at Nikhil playing defense on these guys going up the floor. And now think about what you're seeing here against Greece and how this will translate into Canada's next game against Australia. Big three-pointer there. That's his first points of the game. Finally able to get an open look and knock something down. But I want to see, if this is what Canada's doing to these guys, the game plan is going to be the same against Josh Giddey and Patty Mills. Look at Shai. Good defense there. Okay. 11-point lead here. Greece making another push. Solid defense from RJ. Good defense there. Look at that. Solid defense from Dillon Brooks. Tough shot. Canada can't get the rebound there. I'm not mad at that. Make him work. You don't want to give him another dunk. Let Greece get all fired up. Let them get excited by another Giannis dunk. Make him go to the free throw line and hit free throws. RJ falling asleep there. But also, this is where, the key for Canada will also be how their bench comes in and plays. The starters seem to be, moving a step slower here in the second half to start. Wow, they call that an and one. What a set play. Have Giannis just roll to the cup and jump over everyone. There's literally nothing you can do for that one there. Set a screen, have Giannis go to the cup. I don't know if that's a foul. Like, I get it. Who's the foul on? Maybe Dillon Brooks for the push from behind. I don't know if that's a foul, but whatever. We get it. Oh, it's on Dillon Brooks. So Dillon Brooks with 3, Lou Dort with 4. You see Canada bringing in Trey Lyles, as he'll also be able to give them some minutes on Giannis. They're doubling Shai here, trying to mix things up. And what does Shai do? Embrace the contact, stop the run. Another theme we talk about here on this pod. That's just savvy point guard play. Your team is struggling a little. The other team is making a run. You're just up 16. Now it's 8. They're gaining momentum. Giannis is starting to cook. What do you do as the leader of the team if you're Shai Gilgeous-Alexander? You get fouled. You get to the free throw line. You stop the clock. You give your team a chance to breathe, a chance to regroup, and you put some points on the board to stop the run. Right? Hopefully you knock down both free throws, make it a double-digit lead again. But the beauty of that, you see the defense they're playing. As your Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, you embrace that contact, you use it against them, and take the easy free throws, right? Just beautiful there from Shai. Back to 10, and they're just trying to dump it down to Giannis and play bully ball. And I get it. If I'm Greece, I'd be doing the same thing as well. They're just trying to dump it down to Giannis, and this is a difference of international play, right? Giannis can play the 5 in international ball. They're trying to screen and roll to Giannis. Good look there. Look at Shai. One-man fast break. Canada needs Nikhil and Lou Dort to knock down those open looks in the corner. A tough one there. Great help. See, and what did I just say earlier, right? You sub in Trey Lyles, who's able to help on Giannis. You might not need him to guard Giannis one-on-one individually, but you just saw the effects of what Trey Lyles can do there. Dillon Brooks, pushing Giannis towards the baseline, making him work to turn the corner. Trey Lyles just comes over and it makes Giannis adjust last minute, misses that layup, and Canada's going back the other way. And look at this now, right? You see Jamal Murray checking in the game for Nikhil, who had those 2 open looks from the corner. And it's easy to think, okay, well, what if that's Jamal Murray in the corner for those 2 looks, right? Do those 2 looks go down? Does one of them go down? As you can see, all the attention being placed on Shai. Canada needs somebody else to knock down an open shot. Canada turns the ball over there, and it's all right. Solid defense from Greece there. You can see they're putting more attention on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And what Canada did such a good job of in the first half, in terms of running offense, in terms of having movement from everybody, not just a guy who has the ball. Offense looking kind of stagnant here in the second half. Wow. That's not a good call at all. Just get Dillon Brooks to walk away. You don't want him to pick up a tech, but I don't think that's a foul on Dillon Brooks. Like they're both going for the ball. I get it. But that's like drastically impacting the game here to call that. I get it. I get it. I get it. I'm trying to be impartial here. I get it. Yes, that is a foul. On the replay, I see it. It's one of those oops type fouls. I get it. But now you see Dylan Brooks and Lou Dort in foul trouble. And that's okay if you're Canada. Now you dig into your bench. Nikhil becomes a defender. Trey Lyles becomes a defender. You're getting Shai, the 3-guard lineup with Shai, Jamal Murray, and Andrew Nembhard. So an interesting lineup here for Canada. Papanikolaou, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. He's really been the only other guy on Greece giving them consistent scoring. And again, if you're Canada, having Nembhard on the floor, so not everything has to go through Shai. Oh, wow. Tough one there for Jamal Murray, as he didn't see the defender there. It's probably loud in the building. You can't hear. They say Nembhard steps out of bounds. It's now 7-point game, 4 minutes left to go, or 3:48 to be exact. And if you're Kelly there, you got to let somebody on Canada's got to let them know, let Jamal Murray know that there's someone behind him. 7-point game here. Give credit to Greece. They've hung around. I think if my guy, geez. What a swing there. What a swing there, right? And you look at that, Greece can't get it to go at one end. Canada has a chance. And that to me is like one of those NBA style plays where you're going up, hunting the foul instead of just going up and trying to dunk it and get the 2 points. You cannot rely on the officials in FIBA basketball. You just can't. Free throws. They're called free throws for a reason. Here we are. We wanted the pressure of Olympic basketball. We got it. And he misses both free throws. That is massive for Greece. You had a chance to cut the lead to 5 with Canada reeling, and instead, you know Shai's trying to go cooker right now. And you see again there the late call. Now, that is a foul, but it's just a late call, right? And that's where you see the reaction from everybody. A good job from Shai there where he notices a double team. Kelly does a good job of driving to the basket, going up strong. And now you got to hit free throws, right? The interesting part, too, is Shai wanted to make a play there. Shai wanted to get to the cup. And so Lyle's going to the bench. Kem Birch coming in. You're hoping to steal some minutes here with Kem Birch, as Canada's having a bit of trouble here on the glass. But also, Kem Birch is a solid option to dump it down, to build that wall, as you see Greece trying to make a point here to just dump it inside to Giannis. And again, you're not going to stop it. You're just trying to slow it down, right? But the depth of Canada to have all these different offenses and just lineups to be able to put out there. Jamal Murray fighting through screens. Great deflection there by Kem Birch. Giannis looking for the ball, wanting the ball. You take that. If you're Kem Birch, you take that. You definitely take that. Giannis is going to settle for a fadeaway jumper like that against Kem Birch. You take that if you're Canada. I think Kem Birch did a great job on the play before where they tried to run the pick and roll and dump it down to Giannis, and Kem Birch was able to deflect that. Nemhard's got to go. Good bucket there from Andrew Nemhard. And this is the beauty of the depth of Team Canada. You saw Nemhard hitting big shots in the playoffs for the Pacers, right? On their run this season that we just saw them go on to the conference finals. And you saw him kind of hesitate, right? He was looking for Shai, he was looking for Jamal, but the ball came back around to him and he hit that mid-range jumper. Nice. Oh, geez. Tough play there from Nemhard. You get the turnover, and you're probably rattled about the turnover, so you're trying to make up for it at the other end. Foul the three-point shooter. That's a tough one there. Yeah, that's a foul. That's a foul. Papa Nicolau. He's been solid for Greece. He's been really the only other guy for Greece, giving them a consistent scoring option outside of Giannis Antetokounmpo. Not a lot else coming from anyone else in a Greek uniform. See Giannis going to the bench and Shai going to the bench. These are key moments, closing quarters. Who can win the non-star minutes? You know, you think it should be Canada because you're able to put out there Jamal Murray with RJ Barrett and Nemhard, which is better than the perimeter by far that Greece is obviously able to put out there, right? But 3 free throws here. This is big for Greece. What a game here. Give Greece credit. They've hung around. They've taken a bunch of punches from Team Canada. As you see, their 2 top defenders on the bench right now, but hits all 3 free throws. 64-58 is the score line right now. Oh, wow. I forgot to change this key. Nobody told me I forgot to change this key. I'm yelling at the control room right now. Can't believe I had the score up. Kelly Olynyk, you need that if you're Canada. Good job by RJ Barrett getting on the glass there. 66-58. Great job there from RJ Barrett getting on the glass. And that's what you got to do, right? You got to find ways when your team's struggling, the offense is struggling, find different ways to get buckets. Great game from RJ so far. Under a minute to go here in the third quarter. 66-58. Canada with the lead. And these are huge, huge minutes here for both teams, as Greece obviously going to try to keep the lead to single digits heading into the fourth, as they have Canada reeling a little bit here. Shai's on the bench, offense kind of struggling. Canada's 2 top defenders, both in foul trouble. So if Canada can somehow find a way to keep this at 8-10, that's a dub. But we're here. These are the tough games. And Canada's group, right? We mentioned how tough Canada's group is. And to start off the Olympics against Greece and Giannis, a tough way to start the tournament. But Canada's answered the call so far. But the key here will be to try to extend the lead, because you do not, I'm going to repeat this, you do not want to leave the window open for the referees to referee this game up, if that makes sense. You just don't. Because that's the thing that happens in Olympic or international basketball. With so many free throws. The lead about to get cut now. And if you're Canada, this is a 6-point game now. Just under a minute left to go in the third quarter. Canada's going to need to get a good bucket here. Greece trying to extend to some full court pressure. Jamal Murray easily getting it over half court. This is where they'll need Jamal Murray to make a play, though. Strong take from Jamal Murray. Gets in the lane, gets a tough floater to go. And that is what we've been waiting for from Canada basketball. Seeing Jamal Murray hit big shots in important situations. Look at Jamal Murray play defense. They're going to try to repost. Jamal Murray giving up nothing. Great defense. And now they're talking. Let's go. Let's go. You saw them bumping each other the whole way up the floor. And Murray could have switched off him, but he stuck with them. Tried to back him down. Passes it back out. Repost. Trying to bully ball. He's not Dirk. He wasn't hitting that shot over Jamal Murray. And Jamal Murray letting him know about it too. That's not a good look if you're Greece. Jamal Murray, we know what they're going to look for here. Shai back on. Ooh. Jump ball. Jamal Murray slipping there. You could tell. 68-60. 1.5 left. And, Jamal Murray, that's what you haven't really seen much from Team Canada. The ball sticking in someone's hands, an ISO ball. Almost a 5-second call. 68-60. Got to give Greece credit here. Greece has done a great job of somehow hanging around. End of the third quarter. Got to give Greece credit. This is just an 8-point game, despite the fact they haven't really gotten much in terms of scoring outside of Giannis Antetokounmpo, who was 25 points, and then Papa Nikolou, hope I'm pronouncing that right, he has 17. But after that, you're getting a bunch of bench guys having 5 points, 4 points, 3 points, just not much else. And credit where credit's due. You're going to say, hey, those guys are struggling. I'm giving the credit to Canada's guards and the job done by Lou Dort and obviously Jordy Fernandez in putting Lou Dort in the starting lineup with Dylan Brooks and just unleashing them to play defense. That's been such a huge part of this game because you've eliminated the guard play from Greece. Those guys are used to coming up the floor, letting them set up the offense, run a set, get an open 3-point look, and nothing has been easy. As soon as the ball is inbounded, they have to fight to get the ball over half court. Just a great game plan so far from Team Canada. But when you demand such high level defense for the whole game, you're putting a toll on all your players as well. So that's why the depth has been so important as well. And having Jamal Murray come off the bench, you saw him hit that one step back there in the third quarter when Canada really needed it as their offense was struggling for a while there. But it's huge. What are you able to get with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander on the bench? You need more from Andrew Nembhard, who will start the fourth quarter here for Team Canada. Shai on the bench. You got Nembhard, Kelly, Dwight Powell, and RJ Barrett. No Giannis for Greece. So again, you got to win the non-Giannis minutes if you're Canada. Great job by Jamal, dumping it down to RJ. Great job there. And we talked before about Jamal Murray, dribble, dribble, dribble. Here, he drives with a purpose, takes on the defenders, and is able to dump it off to RJ. It's a great dime there. RJ Barrett having a great game for Team Canada. He's now up over the 20-point mark, or he's at the 20-point mark, pardon me, leading the way for Team Canada. A solid game from RJ Barrett. And it's because everything has been just under control, to the basket, letting the game come to him. He's not doing too much. Everything's within the flow of the offense here. These are massive minutes here for both teams playing without their stars. Okay, okay. But I feel like it's been a long time since we've seen someone on Greece knock down a shot there. Big three-pointer. See, that easily could be an and one, but a strong take from Dwight Powell. And I think the importance there, if you're Dwight Powell, is that he went up trying to score. He knew he was going to take contact, but he was still trying to score. He didn't just flail it up and try to flop, right? You cannot rely on the rest for anything. I think Walk Up needs a different game plan here, as he's trying to back up Nembhard or back down Nembhard there, 2 possessions in a row, and didn't really work. RJ post game, he gets blocked. Okay, okay. Solid defense there. Good defense there from Greece. Yanni checking back in here. Big time three-pointer there from Greece. They're making a push here. Good job from Kelly. He can't get the tip in to go. That's a foul. It's just 2 guys going for a replay. Greece making a push here. In comes Dylan Brooks with 4 fouls. Greece making a push here. We are seeing what is Canada going to do in winning time. We are about to find out. Ooh, I don't know about that one. That looked like a jump ball to me. Yeah, because it is a jump ball. That is a jump ball, definitely. We all agree. The nation agrees with you, Megan. The nation agrees. Giannis missing free throws. Raptors fans, Canada fans love seeing that. We've seen that before, right? All that's missing is Drake on the sidelines yelling. Four-point game. And it's 7 minutes left. So there's a lot of basketball left to be played here. But Canada needs Shai to get going. You knew they were going to call that because my guy flopped so hard. It's okay. It's okay. He's holding the jersey. That's a foul. He hooks him and then flops. It's okay. That's all right. That's all right. That's all right. We got ourselves a 4-point game here. Same team, same team. Good contest there from Canada, right? You're going to give up 3-point shots to Greece, but the key is going to be, can you contest those 3-point looks? And we talked about this in the first half, right? When Greece was making the run, Canada was really struggling to put points on the board. What did Shai Gilgeous-Alexander do? Same thing he just did. Get to the free. Oh, what? Hold on. Wow. He got fouled. They didn't call it. I guess, you know what? I'm used to the NBA. Figured they'd give him a continuation there. Careful, Dylan. Careful. Don't pick up the fifth on a cheapie. Good defense there. Jump ball. Canada ball. What? Didn't Greece get the last one? Did I miss one? Make Giannis have to score through traffic. Nothing easy. I saw Lou Dort check in. Who did he come in for? He came in for Jamal. Good defense there. Lou Dort. You wonder why they sub him back in? That is why, kids. Defense matters. Shai's been asking for that foul because they've been doing that the whole way up the floor. And if you're Shai, you know, your man's Lou Dort has been on the bench for a long time because they've called a bunch of those fouls on Lou. You got to call them the other way. Solid job by Shai there. And also what he's doing is he's making sure that Canada also enters the bonus soon because Greece is already there. Yeah, he didn't want to shoot that. It's okay. It's okay. Seems like nobody scored in a while here. Dwight Powell now getting the Giannis matchup. Good defense there. Great defense from Shai. Whoa. That cannot be. Hold on a second. That's either a foul or it's Canada's ball because Greece hit it out of bounds. That doesn't make any sense at all. But this is, listen, this is what we've talked about the whole time. You cannot leave the game in the hands of the refs because they will just make questionable calls that make no sense, like that one there. We have ourselves a 4-point game, 5.5 left. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this defense from Canada. Giannis doesn't know what to do. He's going to settle for a bad shot. No. Good defense there. And you see Dillon Brooks fired up, and he should be. A great defensive possession there from Team Canada is Dillon Brooks. He just shaded him towards his defenders, and then it got late in the shot clock, and you could tell Giannis didn't know what to do. And this is where you look at the level of coaching, right? Greece doesn't have a game plan. Lou, we need a shot, Lou. We need a shot, Lou. Let's go. Big bucket from Lou Dort. Talked about how Lou Dort, Nikhil, one of those guys would have to hit a shot. They missed a bunch early, but in winning time, Lou Dort steps up with a big-time three. Look at him get to that contest too, right? He didn't cheat on that contest. Lou Dort doing it on both ends. Now RJ gets fouled. Just as much as I'm going to big up that three from Lou Dort, big up the contest at the other end. Lou under control, knocks it down. Yeah. Put that in the montage. Put that in the montage. Giannis to the bench. They're trying to get Giannis a quick rest here. And again, if you're Canada, win the non-Giannis minutes. Yeah, poor guy on Shai Island right now. That's not fair. Shai with the step back Jimmy. Let's go. Let's go. Shai said, what? You're putting this guy on Shai Island? Let's go. You can't even get mad at like this again, right? The game plans of the coaches. That is an almost criminal offense by the Greek coach to let that big man stay out there on Shai Island one-on-one. Big time bucket from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And again, we've seen this from last year, from last summer. Every time Canada needs a big bucket, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is calm, cool, collected, knocks down a big time bucket. Canada extends the lead back to 10 points. Almost criminal behavior by the Greek coach, leaving their big guy not named Giannis on SGA Island. This is also the difference, though, which I don't know if we've talked about yet. Now, we understand Giannis was the flag bearer for Greece at the opening ceremonies yesterday. Canada didn't go. Shai, can't get it to go. But to finish off the point, though, they were all in the rain. I don't know if you saw the reports, but Team USA, Joel Embiid dealing with sickness. I think Anthony Davis dealing with sickness. They just mentioned Giannis being pumped with fluids. I'm pretty sure spending the full day outside in the rain yesterday and then having to play a basketball game, not a good idea. Giannis coming back in the game, and I get it. Of course, Giannis is a flag bearer. Of course, he's going to go to the opening ceremonies. But the decision by Team Canada's basketball team to not go, because I'm pretty sure the commute there and back was like 4 hours or 2 hours there, 2 hours back, 4 hours total. I got to check with my guy, Arash Madani. I'm pretty sure that's the story. But Canada didn't go and didn't travel 4 hours and didn't sit in the rain. I'm just saying, another great coaching move by Jordi Fernandez and Team Canada's coaching staff. Missed free throws from Greece, and that's a tough one there. You're down 10 points. Canada's making a push. This is SGA time. He's looking for kill shots here. And the problem if you're Greece, right, is you want to play disciplined. You want to make SGA work. But the reality is you're not going to steal the ball off of them, right? That's the real tough part about it. You're not going to steal the ball off of them. So you can take your pressure defense and put it to a certain level. But at the end of the day, at a certain point, you got to let Shai go because he's going to just get by you. Definitely, Mr. Shulman. I agree with that. Just a great, great job by Team Canada. And you might look at Lou Dort's stats, and Lou Dort's stats, you can look at what Lou Dort did scoring wise, but defensively, he took Greece's guards out of this game. And now Shai going to do what Shai does, be the closer. 8-0 run by Team Canada. 80-68. Look at Lou Dort. Look at Lou Dort's defense. Look at that defense. Listen, man, I'm going to say this. Look at that defense. Where's the foul? That's a terrible call. That is a terrible call. But that was a terrible call. Where's the foul? Where's the foul? Where's the foul? Terrible call, but all in all, give Dillon Brooks a hand, man. Great job by Lou Dort. Shai, you can't get it to go either. That's bad defense there from Jamal Murray, letting him get baseline. Too easy. 8-point game now. Those are the shots you need Jamal Murray to hit, and he just can't knock it down. We have an 8-point game, minute 50 to go. Look at that. Look at the entire Canadian defense just focusing on Giannis. Ah. Ugh. Ugh. Poor Lou Dort. It's a good look from Giannis. It's a tough break from Lou Dort. We have a 6-point game, a minute 40 left in the. Here we go. It's winning time, folks. Somebody's going to have to make a shot for Canada. Jamal Murray with the turnover there. Canada's defense scrambling. 4-point game, a minute 15 left. Timeout, Canada. Greece is fired up. It's all right. It's all right. A tough pass there from Murray, and that's a difficult part of when you jump in the air to make a pass, right? But it's all right. What I don't want to hear, and I know it's going to happen, I can see it already. People are going to nitpick Jamal Murray and diss Jamal Murray for not playing that well in this game. And I would urge people to shut up. Just relax, chill out, understand that, or I should put it this way. Don't take for granted the benefit that it's been having Lou Dort, Dylan Brooks, RJ, Shai, all those guys play together for the last 2 summers, the last 3 summers, right? It's been such a huge benefit for those guys. And now you're Jamal Murray getting thrown into this in these high leverage situations. And yes, that's why you wanted him to play in the pre-tournament games, but I'd much rather have him out there and have him play through this than to not have him there at all. And if he's going to make some mistakes, cool, because I know he's going to knock down a big shot for you when you need it. And we're seeing a different lineup here. Nembhard coming in, and I think this is a great move by Jordy because you see Greece's guards starting to get some momentum here, and a lot of that is because there's no Dylan Brooks and there's no Lou Dort. Greece extending the pressure. Trey Lyles gets picked. We have ourselves a 2-point game here. Canada cannot get the ball over half court. Trey Lyles with the turnover. And I'm sure Shai is going to get to the free throw line here. 2-point game, kids. We're here, Olympic basketball. Ball in the hands of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. What a move. What a move from Shai. Big time bucket from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Calm, cool, no worries at all. Ice, water in his veins. Big time bucket. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Cold-blooded. Big time bucket from Shai. And I just think, the calmness of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander in that moment where he knows he's taking this shot. He takes on the double team. Look at this. The double team's there, takes it on, change of direction, knows Giannis is coming, knows he has to float it. Woo! Skates. Skates. Come on, man. Big time bucket. Look at this man. Way too cold. Shai just put two dudes on skates, and it hit a floater off the glass over Giannis in winning time of an Olympic game. What a time to be alive. Four-point game, kids, 82-78. What's the play? What's the play? They're trying to find Giannis here. That's not a foul. That's not a foul. He missed a layup. Oh, wow. Where's the foul? Okay. All right. Lyles did get him on the head. Lyles got him on the head. Take it back. I'm hype right now. Giannis having to hit clutch free throws. Definitely got to box out. Gang rebound this miss. Okay. Great job by Shai. I don't know if you guys paid attention to that, but Shai basically drew up the press break during that free throw for Team Canada. Go. Yeah, that's not a foul. That's a terrible call by the refs. I'm going to be honest. That's a bad call. Big time shots here for Jamal Murray. Cush. This is what I'm talking about, right? You don't want Jamal Murray out there hitting these free throws. You don't trust Jamal Murray being out there shooting free throws at the end of the game. This is what I'm talking about, man. Like, we get way too focused on stats and like bucket getters and bags and like all these other things when, like, yo, the ice water that needs to be in your veins in that moment to hit free throws in that moment, in that situation, when you haven't been shooting well. Come on, man. Big rebound. Throw it down, RJ. Let's go. Woo. Canada's going to survive that one. That was a ball game. Shai is not happy about something. Greece's coach getting in there, making sure everything's okay. Something definitely happened because Shai doesn't, you don't see Shai react like that. Something definitely happened. Cause Shai, you don't see Shai react like that. He's not gonna react like that for no reason at all. Big time win there for Team Canada, though. And the other part of this too, I want to see what happened on this play. Oh, I think he saw Nikhil. I think he saw the guy push Nikhil or something. Maybe. I don't know what happened there. Maybe he's mad. Oh, he's mad at the ref for the non-foul call. But also, the other reason, because I know normally people might be like, hey, RJ throwing down the dunk late. A reminder that point differential matters. So you want to take that extra 2 points at the end of the game because you have no idea where point differential will come in terms of a tiebreaker. You might need that extra 2 points. That might be the difference in seeding. That might be the difference in you advancing to the second round or not. So a huge bucket there. A huge bucket there from RJ at the very end of that game. A big win from Team Canada as they win 86-79. They survive. What a game put on there by Team Canada, and what a game there by Shai Gilgeous-Alexander in crunch time. Jamal Murray hitting big time free throws. Canada being able to survive two of their starters fouling out in a game. Like, we just witnessed something that we've never seen in the history of this program. Like, when you add in the stakes, you add in the performances. Yes, of course, we saw Canada win games before in the Olympics. Cool, I get that, but I'm saying the stakes this high against Giannis at the other end, right? Like, you're watching two of the best basketball players in the world go toe to toe, and Canada comes out on top. Mentioned, it'll take a big boy performance from Giannis. He tried. 34 points from Giannis Antetokounmpo, 5 rebounds. Giannis, 15 free throws he shot. He went 12 for 15 from the floor, 12 for 15 from the line. 11 for 17 was Giannis from the floor overall. 34 points from Giannis, and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander finishing with 21 points for Canada. A massive, massive dub. A great way for Canada to start their run here at the Olympics. And I mean, if you really think about this, like really, really break it down, everything that we saw in this game is just a testament to what they've been building through this program the last 3 years. The depth of these guys, the fact that you could survive your two best defenders, two of your starters fouling out, and to have the depth to maintain and sustain the end of it, to have Shai Gilgeous-Alexander calm, cool, collected, knock down, crunch time buckets, then add in Jamal Murray hitting big time free throws late in this game. Just a masterclass put on by Jordy Fernandez, just from a coaching standpoint, having Canada ready for this game, being ready defensively for Giannis. Giannis didn't know what to do. And again, I'm going to emphasize this the most. And stay tuned. I'm going to stop this feed. I'm going to start another feed that's going to be the post-game podcast. So I'm going to, we're going to do that in a sec. But I need to emphasize this for the people that are still on this feed right now currently. You're not going to hear nearly enough, right? The headline you're going to hear is going to be about, oh, Dillon Brooks, Lou Dort both fouled out. Just as important as Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and RJ Barrett's scoring was in this game, the defense by Lou Dort and Dillon Brooks also won this game for Team Canada. And this is why, I like doing these, live hangouts or, even the post-game pods to talk about basketball, because we try to just talk and share ideas and discuss different things that might not be, there's not enough space or platform to discuss it in other places, right? But what I'm saying is, you can stare at a stat sheet all you want, but the reality of what Lou Dort and Dillon Brooks did defensively, meaning making Giannis work that hard to get his 34 points, but Lou Dort playing that defense and eliminating the two starting guards of Greece, who shot a combined 2 for 11 in this game. Yes, Lou Dort fouled out, but those guys not being able to be confident and to, everything you saw in this game from those guards was just them struggling to get the ball up the floor. And then when they did get the ball across half court, they struggled to get Greece in any type of offense. And that's really the frustration you saw at the end of the game there, because they're going to have nightmares. My guy's going to have nightmares of watching. He's going to have nightmares of watching Shai. And look at that. Shai daps my guy up after heat of the game. You're fired up. You know people are talking trash, but everyone's hype. Everyone's okay. Sportsmanship. We love it. Big up Lou Dort. And I'm just begging people, please big up Lou Dort and big up Dylan Brooks for the defensive end. We focus so much on offense. Defense wins games. I'm telling you, when you watch them play Spain, you watch Canada play Australia, the real difference, you see it now, Tuesday, 7:30 a.m. I'm telling you right now, I'll say it again on the post-game show. I'm going to say it again on Tuesday when we're watching the game as well. But the big difference you're going to see, the big difference in Canada winning and losing is going to be the defense of Lou Dort trying to just get in the head of Josh Giddey and Patty Mills. That's how Canada's really going to win. That's the differentiator from winning and losing. And what a game for Canada. 86-79, as mentioned. I'm going to shut this feed down, but stay tuned. Make sure you're subscribed to the pod. Subscribe to the channel, actually, on Sheldon Alexander. And make sure you're subscribed, because we'll pop right back up on this feed momentarily. It'll be up within 5 minutes. We'll start the post-game show there. It'll be on a separate feed. We'll start the post-game show there. This one's already over 2 hours. So I'm going to shut this feed down, start up another one, send in your comments and questions, all that fun stuff. Really appreciate y'all tuning in as Canada wins 86-79 to open up Olympic competition. What a time to be alive indeed. Canada basketball, we are here. Olympics, we are here. Canada is going to be a problem because Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is a problem. Big shouts to RJ Barrett as well, who had a monster game. I know I didn't talk enough about RJ, but we'll give him his due on the post-game show. Big shouts. Huge shout out to all the people watching. Make sure you bless this video with a like and subscribe to the channel. Post-game show coming up right after this, so stay tuned. Make sure you like and subscribe. That's how you know when the post-game show is back up. But also, just hit the video with the like, because that's how you support us here on the pod. Let me see here. Can I see what we got up to here? People in this. Pretty dope. Big shouts to the people tuning in to watch this live watch along. Know that we'll be here to do it again for Canada's next game, which is Tuesday, 7:30 a.m. But before that, we'll be here for the women play on Monday, I'm pretty sure. I don't think I'll be able to do the Team USA game tomorrow, but I do hope to do a Team USA game at some point. So stay tuned. Make sure you like and subscribe. And if you want to tune into the full post-game show, a full breakdown of what we just saw, that will be coming up shortly. But as I always say on this pod, I used to pray for times like this, to rhyme like this. This is Canada Hoops Daily live hangout. Canada beating Greece 86-79 to kick off their Olympic play. We are here. Really did used to pray for times like this, to rhyme like this. You hear it. What a time to be alive indeed, Canada fans. Cheer on this team. Boost up your squad. We trying to win a medal here. Till next time. I know that closing was way longer than normal. But until next time. I'm sorry. I'm hype. Till next time. See ya.